This is 23.1 Work Opportunities. There are 5 different types of providers to work in sport, these being public, private, voluntary, dual use and partnership. Public is mainly government-based to increase sport involvement around the country. An example of these would be sport classes run by teachers from schools after school hours. A disadvantage to this is the funding may not be able to come in from the government, so might have to stop at certain places. Private's main aim is to make profit from it, so if participating in it will then require a high standard uh, to make this profit and be able to carry on making the profit. The disadvantage to this is that it will require a lot of money and also a standard, so not everyone will be able to join in. Voluntary is fully based around not making a profit and is only voluntary work, and all money goes towards things like kits, facilities, officials, etc., meaning that anyone can join in. However, this is relying on volunteers to participate and keep going, and then if they're not able to, the club may have to fold or look for other volunteers, and if that is impossible, then fold. Dual use is where there is a certain facility used by multiple people or clubs. For example, school kits will be used by a school in their school hours, but after school hours will be open to people to be able to rent or use by um, clubs for their games, maximising the government's investment. Partnership is where two sectors join together to find an organisation centre where multiple parties will wish to control them. There are 4 different sectors in sport work, these being sport and recreation, so things like coaching or teaching, and then health and fitness, so being a personal trainer or nutritionist, and then outdoor education, so being an instructor in many different things like climbing or canoeing, and finally sport and exercise science, so being a physio or sports scientist. These are just some of the examples there are. Moving on from this, the job that I picked for health and fitness is personal trainer. Personal trainer must know the knowledge, skills and abilities necessary to design a safe and effective fitness program for their clients so they can reach their goals. When taking the sessions, they will instruct and assist their clients to help them with anything that they struggle with and guide them in the right direction to what they need to do, as it is your responsibility to ensure that they do everything and do it correct and correctly tell them what to do. The average cost for a personal trainer is £30 to £65 for an hour session, where the session can be done at a local park or gym, which is very close to me, as the park is only a 5-minute walk and the gym is a 10-minute bus journey. As a personal trainer, I would have a good knowledge of skills for various abilities in the gym and for endurance at a park. In the gym, I know exercises for different abilities over all different muscle groups with lots of variations to prevent tedium. I also know lots of endurance exercises as if this is someone's goal and I can help them in this aspect. The main role of a personal trainer is that you are in charge and have to take lead for safety reasons, as most of the time people you are teaching won't really have a clue of what they are doing, so you will have to fully explain everything and offer your support at all times. However, I have never been put into the situation of instructing someone that I have never met before, so this would be new for me. I don't believe it will affect my sessions, but may not be as confident at first, and will just have to get used to the situation and feel more confident the more I do it. The pay per hour for a personal trainer varies massively and is quite good, but because of not always working all the time, the yearly salary is averaged at around £30,000 a year, so the pay is very average for a PT. A good part of being a PT is you can set it up as it is very local to me. So it can be at like my local park, which I said was like a 5-minute walk, or the local gym, and these would depend on their goals. And the gym only being a 10-minute bus journey from my house, so it's very close. As a PT, you would need to be the leader at all times during the sessions, where you need to be confident with what you say and how you act, as you will need to make the client feel comfortable with you in charge. It is also good to make the sessions enjoyable for you and the client, so that they will want to come back, and you will also have a good need to have good social skills and not be shy for this to happen, and for it to be a good session. Also, depending on the client, you will need to be strict in a nice way for safety reasons and make sure that your client do as you say for this to happen. However, you also need to be kind and caring to your client at the same time, so that they don't feel targeted and feel welcome and comfortable. As I've already said, as a PT, you need to take lead in the sessions and be confident, as you need to ensure that everything is done correctly for safety reasons and for the client's progression, and also being confident will ensure the client that you are correct and not putting them in any danger. When taking a session, I think it's crucial to have fun elements to the session, as well as making sure that you get everything done that you need to do, as you don't want them to slack, but you also want the client to enjoy their time there, so that they want to come back for more sessions. And also it can mean that you have fun with them in the sessions, which will make it more enjoyable for yourself as well as them. One part that will help with this is having good social skills. I'm very social, but I'm a very social person, so this will help out massively, so that the sessions won't feel awkward at any moments. And also I also believe having good social skills will also help the client and myself feel more comfortable in the situation, as you are getting along well, so it will also help with the session. Despite this, you need to be strict in some situations for safety reasons and help them reach their full potential, but I believe that I will be strict but not too strict, but it doesn't make the client feel uncomfortable. As a believer, we'll have a good balance of all of the personal traits that are required in these situations, as you don't want to be too much of one and not enough of the other, as they are all required the same amount. With this, of course, you need to be kind and caring, as you should be always, and believe I am and will be in the sessions, which will help the sessions go smoothly and have a nice environment for everyone involved. Sport and exercise science, physio. The role of a physio is to help people affected by injury, illness, or disability through movement and exercise, manual therapy, education, and advice. They maintain health for people at all ages, helping patients to manage pain and prevent disease, where they give their clients advice on what they need to do to either prevent or help one of these, and give them a full understanding with what the problem is and what they need to be doing up until it is better, or if they need to come in for more sessions. The average cost for a session is around £40 to £60 for an hour long session. This pay is good for an hour session, but the work isn't very consistent for physios, and the pay being between 28,000 to 36,000, which is very average, especially for the amount of hours that they have to put in a week, being around 38 hours a week, and there's only 30 minutes, and there's only a 30-minute walk for me to this work. As a physio, you can find yourself in one-to-one situations, so with this you need to be social and be able to deal with these situations and be good company, where you are kind and funny to them, and hopefully they will be the same, so it's enjoyable for the both of you. You also need to be able to take lead in the situation, as they have come to you for help, and you need to be very specific with your info, so there's no miscommunication, as they may not know anything that you are talking about, so it will all be new to them, which if there is a miscommunication, this could lead to further injury or no progression made in recovery. You also need to have a good organisation, so that you can keep track of all patients and have good time management, as they will have to fit in all patients various times and can't make the mistakes of doing double bookings or missing sessions. To get my work to get to my work, it's only a 30-minute walk, so it isn't too bad or far away from me. As a physio, I don't have a full range of knowledge quite yet, so it will be hard to tell my participants, but we are doing a physiotherapy unit in my second year of college, which will help this massively. The salary is very average for a physio, so isn't very appealing, but the walk is only 30 minutes long to the work, so that isn't too bad, and the walk isn't that far a distance. If I If I found myself in the situations of a one-to-one, I feel like I'd be fine in the situation as I can deal with it and I'm very sociable and will enjoy the company. Also, if it was to be a physio for a team, I would enjoy being part of the squad as I experience it a lot, like the social and competitive side to it I enjoy. I'm also a very good and confident leader and will have to take charge and make sure that I get everything right as they have come to me for the help and would be paying, so I can't get anything wrong and also wouldn't want to for their benefit. I have very good organisation and time management, so that wouldn't be a problem for me as I'm very on top of things and have a very good memory and way of doing way of going about things. The role of a football coach is to assist athletes in developing them in their skills and abilities to get them to their full potential. As a coach, you will need to be able to plan and prepare a variety of sessions for their participants with different levels of intensity and based on different skills where they are responsible to coach players as a team or individually and will need the ability to do both and at different abilities and ages. They will they will need to analyse the player's performance critically and positively so that they can target their weaknesses to help them improve as a player, but also give them positives at the same time so it doesn't make them feel too bad about themselves. And also be able to adapt and teach their group at all different ages and abilities is crucial. The average salary for a football coach is between 14,000 to 250,000, working around 36 to 38 hours per week. The variety is so large as being a football coach can vary from coaching young kids at a park to a professional men's team. The the walk for this job is only a 5-minute walk to my local park. As a football coach, I have a range of sessions for all different positions and skills as I've experienced in all different positions in football, where it can target different abilities and ages where would help massively towards developing athletes as players, as I would be able to help them with many different weaknesses for different people. I also have good technical knowledge which would allow for me to analyse different players to help them develop their weaknesses that I will have noticed and picked out. It will be different for me to work with different age groups, but nothing I can't deal with as I am easy to get on with and want to help any athletes in any way I can. Salary depends massively on how far you get as a coach and the pay can really be high, especially for the hours you are doing. As a coach, you need to take control of the group and be a leader to the group so that the sessions stay under control and goes how you want it to, and you get completed what you want to. You will need to be strict but fair to your athletes so that you can get done what you need to, but also have a nice session with a good environment, which will require you being nice and caring to your players, as you are going to want your players enjoying being there and and them to want to come back. And it will also make it more fun and enjoying for you as well. So you would also want to make the training sessions like this, but also you'll also want to make the training sessions serious, but also have a fun side to it. So maybe adding a fun game at the end or changing the drills up to make them feel more competitive or just for a laugh. As a coach, I would be a good leader as I would make sure that everyone stayed in order for safety reasons and also that we can get on with the sessions, but I would also get an understanding between me and the players over this to make sure that they don't think I'm being too strict, where I'd have a good balance in being too strict but fair. I also believe that I'm kind and caring and would be towards my class or individuals. And I also know lots of fun drills to make the sessions fun and enjoying for my class and also myself as I believe as important as it is to get things done and the training done, it is also crucial for everyone to enjoy it as it will make them want to be there and come back and also work harder in sessions for the rewards and for their teammates and coach.